Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Ben the Human Plays Vagrus the Riven Realms. We're back here in Larnak. We've dropped Duzani off at the villa and we're about to go rendezvous with her. You find her camped in the courtyard. Her fire and tent are surrounded by a ghost fence. What is a ghost fence? Complete with skulls, feathers, and dream catchers. Hail her and discuss her findings. Duzani welcomes you into her camp and has you and your companions sit down around her campfire, inside the ghost fence, just for safety. Already, pale ghost flame can be seen here and there twinkling inside the hollow ruins. So, what have you found out? Vorax asks her excitedly. After having examined the place's presence in the spirit realm, I can confirm everything your previous venture uncovered and more, she tells you. Indeed, a spectral necromantic curse came into being here, and this enchantment is tied to Vorax, as well as to the Vernius family that perished here. My opinion is that a necromancer must have called upon this curse, fueled by rage and dying pain, but the adverse effects of the calamity on magic also twisted the spell, enhancing it way beyond its natural potency. And as you can see, Duzani points at the villa, where now ghastly figures can be seen floating behind the windows. Vorax's proximity further strengthens its power. Creatures were largely dormant until you arrived at Larnak. Can't the curse be broken? Vorax asks her desperately. Can you set them free? It can be done as I previously surmised. Duzani nods. I'll have to perform a counter-curse ritual with Vorax in there with me, and some others for protection. The specters will try to slay us when we enter, and this has to be done where the tragedy happened, in the feast hall, where the spirits are bound. Vorax has to be truly repentant, like we said, and I'll need some ritual ingredients before we begin. Spirit charms, for one, a handful of those. You can buy them from the death priests of the Empire, and also a bag of spirit dust. Most often, specters leave some behind when they are vanquished, but not all the time. Perhaps someone also sells them somewhere, as they are desirable ritual magic components. Vorax assures her that the two of you will get the ingredients. Okay, so we brought the undead charms. I was going to say, I'm pretty sure I have enough of these just on hand. So let's go ahead and give her the Osculite charms and the spectral dust. And we have all the ritual materials. We've got what we need to perform the ritual. The charms, the spirit dust, me, and... The sorceress looks Vorax in the eye. You. Vorax gulps. Duzani's expression mildens as she steps in front of the undead chef. Trust yourself, she tells him warmly. You can do this, and don't forget, you'll be in good hands. Vorax nods a couple times and shoots you a worried smile. We will enter the villa together, the sorceress begins her briefing, looking you and each of your companions in the eye as she speaks. I'll channel a ghost fence that will protect us, but the malevolent spirits will have none of that, so you'll have to push them back, and they will inevitably try to force themselves into the circle. If we can keep this up long enough, we'll reach the feast hall where the ritual will be completed, and the specters shall be banished. Everyone acknowledges that they understand the risks and the plan. Ready when you are, Duzani tells you. We gained insight just for being here. The once beautiful villa of the Vernius family lies vacant in the darkness of a large cave on the east side of the city. A sad monument to a great dynasty erased from history. I'm pretty sure I've already read this before. Perform the curse-breaking ritual. The sorceress Duzani is ready to head into the villa and perform the curse-breaking ritual. Are you certain that you want to do this now? We will gather your companions and head inside. We can only fit so many into the protective circle. You, me, Vorax, and 3 more. Otherwise, you won't be able to move properly, which might spell doom for us. It is essential that nothing slows us down. We will select our team. Vorax has to come with us, so let's try to upgrade him. Never mind. I have 6 insight. Well, good luck, lower level Vorax. I think we would like to bring Gorgoro. And then our 2 best sorcerers need to come with us to deal with the ghosts. And so it begins. You gather around Duzani, who is adorned with fetishes and charms to augment and enhance her sorcery. She summons the Ghost Fence, which is an invisible dome around you, according to her. Then you leave her small camp and walk into the villa through the main entrance. It does not take long until the host of angry spirits whips itself into an otherworldly rage and falls upon you like a spectral hammer. But the Ghost Fence is strong, and initially it repels the wailing and howling cavalcade of twisted souls like an unseen shield. You move toward the feast hall as one, just like Duzani commanded, but you can see that the sorceress is already fatigued by concentrating on holding the undead back. The attacks become more vicious when you finally make it to your destination. Once inside the enormous chamber, Duzani plants her feet, throws the charms on the shattered floor, and draws a circle using the spectral dust. She nods to you and begins to chant the ritual, raising her staff high. Although the malevolent spirits halted their attack briefly, now they return with renewed ferocity. You spy a hunched female-looking specter among them, who points an accusing finger towards Vorax and shrieks with a deafening pitch. The undead chef is paralyzed by fear. "Focus!" Duzani yells at him, her voice barely audible over the cacophony. "Do not look at her!" It is then that some of the specters break through the Ghost Fence. You have to repel them and protect the sorceress. Aye aye. Ooh, they brought a Bone Lord. Alright, let's arrange our people accordingly. Now, I don't think Gorgoro can hit anybody who isn't who is spectral. So we should try to get him a path to the white as soon as possible. Owie. Vorax, does your stuff hurt ghosts? Nope. It did debuff that guy, so that's something. That also didn't work. Alright, lightning, chain lightning. Oh, the crit on 2 of them. Sick. Alright, burn the bone guy? He has evaded me. We just need to get Gorgoro to pummel that dude. What are your abilities? Inflammatory insults. Aha! Insult this guy? So he's less evasive. And then chain lightning again. We killed the Bone Lord. And now stab him. He's impossible to hit. Not my undead chef. I can't hit anybody. Alright, all the ghosts are all gone. Thank God for Finderath. She's the only one keeping us going here. Hey, there's a good solid hit. Yeah, just attack Vorax. He's not doing anything useful anyway. We're gonna throw a ward down on the off chance that we don't hit him. He's gonna evade right out of the wards, isn't he? It's gonna make me upset. Let's go ahead and pass your turn, Vorax. Gorgoro, good luck. Yes! Thank God. I thought he was gonna evade right into the corner. That would have made me so sad. You fight valiantly and push the specters out of the Ghost Fence, but there are hundreds more and they keep coming. Duzani can barely hold the spell together while channeling her sorceress energies into the ritual. Sweating, shaking, grinding her teeth, she looks up and yells to you, "Buy me more time!" Just then, more specters move in to attack. Alright. We do the same thing as before. Nadir's worryingly low on HP. Maybe we open? Good evasion. Not being back there is actually not great. I was gonna say maybe we open with the ward, but the fact that she... What does this do? Oh! The first time his dead weight has actually come in handy. We just gotta clear out the chaff so Gorgoro can actually do something. Finderath is the goat. Except when they all evade, but... Her and Nadir, solid companions. Can I yell at you? Does this do anything to a ghost? Hey, it actually, he yelled so loudly he intimidated the ghost. Yeah, maybe they all hate this thing. Nope, never mind. I was like, maybe ghosts really dislike, like, pottery. I don't know. Apparently not. Alright, Finderath, can you please kill this other ghost? Alright, ghosts are gone. The white is left. I would like to get the white That was wild. I was gonna say, I would like to get the white to come to the middle so Gorogoro can actually hit them. But that would require it to evade. I guess we'll just kill it. That works too. No complaints about killing it. Despite your trifling victory, all of you realize you cannot keep this up much longer. The specters outnumber you 30-1, and only the slowly failing ghost fence has kept them from attacking en masse. Duzani is on her knees now, still chanting the ritual while keeping up the protective barrier and trying to wrestle the mind of the terrifying banshee whom she warned you about. And at that moment, when all seems lost, Vorax suddenly swings into motion, bellowing inarticulately. He runs out of the spectral barrier. "It is me you want," he yells as loud as he can. "Come on, leave them alone. It's me, Lar." The specters are upon him in the blink of an eye. Vorax is known to be extremely sturdy, but the clawing and slashing spirits are bringing him down quite fast. He falls to his knees but keeps on yelling, "I'm sorry. I truly am. Please, I'm sorry." Overwhelmed by the spectral attackers, Vorax falls on his side and shouts no more. At that moment, Duzani's chanting reaches its crescendo, and she utters the last word of power. There's a cracking sound, and above you a maelstrom of necromantic energy appears, swirling, howling, washing the feast hall in a white-blue light. The ghosts are sucked into the gaping hole at the center of the vortex and disappear forever. This continues until only the banshee remains. It desperately fights the pull of the maelstrom, trying to claw towards the prone form of Vorax, but Duzani releases the ghost fence and points her staff towards the creature while she invokes a spell. The horror shatters with a blood-curdling scream, and its ghastly essence is sucked into the vortex, leaving only her jawless skull behind. With a final roar, the maelstrom closes and disappears, and then there is finally utter silence. Wow. You walk over to Vorax, fearing the worst, but just as you step close, the undead chef turns his back and sighs. He looks worse for the wear, but he is still here. "I thought I was a goner," he tells you with his signature grin. He rises to his massive feet. "We won, right?" "The curse is broken. The spectral host is banished," Duzani announces solemnly. You can feel that she is right. The oppressive darkness is gone from the villa. Vorax sighs as only those whose great burden was lifted and laughs in relief, and then thanks the sorceress profoundly. They retrieve the skull left behind by the banshee and examine it closely. "That was the necromancer who cast the curse," the sorceress asserts. "She was a natural. A shame that she used her talents to do such evil. In her desperation and anger, she cursed the souls of her family just to get at Vorax." "I'm glad she's gone then," Vorax says. "Not proud of what Lar did, nor of the fate of these people ended up with, but I'm glad it's over now. Here," he offers you the skull. "It retains some of the necromantic power of the curse, without being linked to Vorax," Duzani clarifies. "Use it carefully, though. It might completely drain the life force of the one who possesses it if they aren't careful. And let us not linger here. The curse is gone, but its dark print will take much longer to dissipate. You are sure that you will not stay for long?" "Good," she nods and then pats Vorax on the back. "As for me, I have to return to the oasis as fast as I can. You did well, Vorax. You were truly repentant. You've liberated yourself." The undead chef smiles and thanks her again. Duzani walks back to her camp to pack her things. Vorax then hands you the skull and turns to you. "We gained the Vernius Matriarch's skull." "I owe you thanks also," the undead cook tells you. "How lucky I am, boss, to have this resolved. I feel at peace now like never before. Even if I cooked something amazing, even when I conquered Paulus's challenge, I didn't feel this great. True enough, you can see that he is somehow galvanized by the experience. I've been thinking," he ventures after a long pause. "You know, with this sad business regarding Lar concluded, I figured that I've got no reason to stay here any longer. I can't really explain it, but I feel complete. Now I know it was the sole reason for me coming back to unlife and to cling on to my prolonged existence. But now, I think it's time for me to consider moving on. Permanently, I mean. I could even do it right away, but of course I owe you, and I don't want to screw you over, so I'll stay as long as you'd like me to, of course." You tell him that you never thought he would be suicidal. "Oh, it's not like that," he clicks his tongue. "Like I said, awfully tough to explain. It's a pull, a feeling that you're done, a certain tranquility settled now that the curse doesn't bind me. I mean, we could keep him around." "Yeah, I don't see a reason to, like, he can go when I die." or something. Vorax flashes a smile. Yeah, I guess I should stay for a while longer, he chuckles. I don't know what came over me. Of course you need me. Whatever you would do without my amazingness, eh? He laughs and winks, finally back to his old self. He seems to notice this too. Well, given some time, boss, I'll be back to being my good old me, he says, grinning. But eventually the time will come for me to pass on to the afterlife. I've earned it, so let me know if your stance changes. Until then, I'll be at your service, as always. Before leaving, you take a look around the hall. Before you return to the Comitatus in the city, you have the rest of the valuables gathered by your companions from the feast hall. There is silverware here that can be melted down, along with other riches. Then it is finally time to leave this forsaken place. By the time you leave the Vernius Villa, night has fallen. Sweet. Look at all the updates in the... It's just one update right after the other with his curse breaker thing. Well, I mean, that was a little bit of a short one. But I'm kind of thinking the next episode might be our last. What I want to do, I think, is I want to pop back over to the Bronze Desert and see how the Fantasy Starbucks is going. Check in with I can't remember. It's been so long since I've been there. I can't remember her name. But check in with our business partner, and then I'm thinking we just pop into the old salt spot and you know, pseudo retire for now. And then that'll be the end of the series for now. There's DLC coming out this year, so obviously when that comes out, I will 100% be on top of that. It's supposed to be... I can't remember what region it is. I don't think it's Dragmalak. I forget. You can look it up. It has something to do with the dwarves and fire. But it should be pretty sick. So, look forward to next episode. We'll be showing off the old Fantasy Starbucks, and then what it's like to retire at the old salt spot. So, if you guys enjoyed the episode, please click the like button. It helps me out a lot. If you want to see more episodes of Vagrus the Riven Realms or the other videos I have going on the channel, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you have your notifications on so you know when the next videos go live. But until next time, everybody, I hope you had a good one, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye, everybody!